All right, Taylor, Frankie, Paul. So, okay, this video pops up, and I don't know much about the whole situation. Well, let me rephrase it. I do know a lot about the situation, but from what I hear my wife tell me, not from watching it. I've never watched Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. I used to actually watch The Bachelor and The Bachelorette because there was a few people in specific that were on there that were Christians, and I just wanted to see how they would respond. So I'm familiar with that show and what ABC's product in that. So anyway, if you guys don't know what's going on, Taylor, Frankie, Paul gets she's on this show called Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. She becomes the Bachelorette. And she started where you got to give the backstory, right? Where it all started was she did this thing called Mom Talk, which was like a TikTok for moms in Provo, Utah, I believe. It's either Provo or Salt Lake. I think it's Provo. It's all these Mormon women, right? And then she gets TikTok famous, and it comes out that her and her husband have been swinging with some of the other moms, and then they called it. This is what Mormons do, by the way. They have little terms for how they sin. This one being, there's another one called docking. I'm not going to tell you guys what that is, but you can, figure it out on your own. This one is soft swinging, which is, again, it's like, it's just swinging. Like, it's not soft swinging, it's swinging. But the rules and the parameters were that the rules of swinging, right? it's such a funny, like, oxymoron, the rules of swinging. But the rules were, I guess, that you couldn't go, like, both the husband and wife had to be there, right? So I guess it had to be a foursome. I don't know. Anyway, she later admits that she came and she, like, broke that. What? Yeah. What doesn't matter. So this show, Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, starts. And I guess that whole situation caused like 2 or 3 divorces. But regardless, they start the show, which is funny because the main characters aren't married. She's got a couple kids with her original husband, and then she's got this on and off boyfriend in the show who he himself has some issues. I don't know very much about him. She's got issues. Where this all stemmed from is there was an assault charge in 2023. And the video that you've probably seen, which is maybe why you're clicking on this, is the video from 2023. I didn't know that originally. I actually made a video a couple days ago commenting on this, and I didn't, so I took it down. I didn't realize that it was a separate charge that was from 2023 that this video was. But anyway, so all this stuff happens. She ends up becoming the Bachelorette. She finishes the show, The Bachelorette, which I'll get into ABC here in a second. But so she finishes the show, Bachelorette, and she goes back to her boyfriend, who she has a kid with, and lo and behold, something happens, and she assaults him again, gets arrested again, and here we are. So how'd the video get out? Well, I think what happened was the boyfriend probably was getting some flack online. Something happened to where he felt it necessary to release the video. ABC then sees the video and cancels The Bachelorette days before it's supposed to air, which I think is funny. So for those of you guys that are Bachelorette, Bachelor fans, you have to understand something. This shows have been going on almost probably close to 40 seasons between the two of them. There's 5 relationships that have lasted. 5. 1 from The Bachelor, I believe 4 from The Bachelorette. So it's not a very good track record. Like, you have a better chance of finding your spouse going out to a bar. Like, the world has a better dating history. And, the whole premise is to find love and that there's a proposal at the end, which I'm guessing this show had, which is just funny because the fact that she probably, I'll tell you why I think The Bachelorette canceled. I'll tell you right now. Not because of the video, not because of the assault, which, their hands were tied, sponsors were pulling out, but because the premise of the show has been completely debunked when she goes back to her boyfriend and then gets an assault charge. Because what are you going to do? You're going to have her doing the live interviews and stuff while she's dating another guy who she's got a kid with, who she was dating before the show. Like, the whole point of the show is you're not supposed to have had a serious relationship within like 3 months prior or 2 months prior. So it's all hogwash. It's all crap. ABC playing the moral high ground on this, I think, is comical. I don't feel bad for them at all. I'm glad that their show got canceled. I'm glad that they are no longer able to air that, because they're scummy people, right? Like, they're not good people. They're not promoting healthy habits and lifestyles. And their whole premise of their show is that somehow you're going to put one person with 25 other people. I mean, the way they've treated Christians on the show and gone after some people for their faith and their beliefs and their values, and, you know, not wanting to have sex and force, you know, pressuring them into doing it. And it's not a good show. People haven't seen a high success rate. So I'm glad that the show got canceled. I think it's funny, and I'm happy that they're losing money off this deal. What I'm not happy about is this poor girl, Taylor. I don't want to come at her. I would, if she was my sister, I would probably give her similar advice, and not even advice. Like, she's not going to see this probably, but there's clearly issues there, and I'm no one to judge. Like, I've had my issues. My wife and I have had our issues. Like, we're not throwing any judgment there. The problem is, you know, I'll tell you right now. She came out on Good Morning America, I believe, and said, you know, my first priority is my kids, which isn't true. If something, God forbid, my family and I are in a public place, and something happens, right? Shots fired, you know, explosion, whatever it is, right? Like, God forbid that ever happened. Knock on wood. If I push them out of the way and run and get cover myself, I can't then say that my first priority is my children, right? If I'm yelling and screaming and throwing things at my wife in front of my son, and then a chair or something hits him, I can't say, well, my first priority is my kids. That's not true. My first priority in that moment was not my children. And that's a reflection of the heart, right? Like, that's what I need to assess and analyze and go to prayer with, and let the Lord reveal that and heal that and grow that. But I can't say that my first priority in those moments was my children. And so that's kind of what the problem is she is, and again, I think a lot of people are in this situation, so it's not just to cast shade on her, throw shade on her. There's a lot of women and men that struggle with this. But, you know, anybody telling her that she needs to get back on camera, that she needs to be in these situations, is not her friend. And that's what I think I would tell, you know, my little sister or somebody in that situation, is like, hey, these people are not your friends, right? Like, ABC putting you on The Bachelorette when they know that you struggle, which there's no way they didn't know this. Like, the guy that was going to host The Bachelorette, like, talked about all the background checks that he had to do. Like, there's no way that they didn't know that this was problematic, right? Like, and what reality TV tries to do is they try to find people crazy enough to make good TV, but not crazy enough to hurt somebody. And so they towed the line, and they messed up. Again, I feel for the girl. I think, you know, ultimately, I think the answer is Jesus, right? Like, I think that he is the rest for our souls. He says, you know, come to me, all of you who are weary and heavy. Sorry, I have my computer in front of me. Come to me, all of you who are weary and heavy laden, and I will give you rest. My yoke is easy and my burden is light. That is what she needs. That's what I need. That's what we all need, right? Is Jesus's grace, Jesus's redemption, Jesus's restoration. And when we don't have that, things tend to spiral, whether it's internally or it's externally, like what we see. And when you have friends that are telling you, be on TV, do this, do that, producers telling you, do this, do that, pressuring you to be here, you know, oh, come, you know, to Good Morning America, you know, talk about it. It's like, this is self-destructive, right? Like, you have to take a break. You have to heal. You have to grow. I mean, it's very clear. Like, this is somebody that's troubled. This is somebody that's struggling. This is somebody that is, I would say, reaching out for help, and it is not getting it properly. You know, this should have been, you know, a sign from the jump with the swinger thing, like, hey, this is not somebody that that maybe needs to be put on TV, but Hulu does it, right? And I get it; it's good TV. My family enjoys the shows, so I'm not saying, oh, you can't have crazy people. Like, it's good TV. I get it. Like, I talk about things that get views. I don't go talk about things that don't get views. And so I think my biggest thing is that I feel for the girl. I think she needs help. I think we all need Jesus, and I'm happy that ABC is going through this, because play stupid games and you win stupid prizes.